All right, welcome to Delta Green. The first thing that I want everyone to do is just roll a d10. This is to determine the order in which I kind of introduce you guys. Just one. On the left-hand side, there's a little d20 icon at the bottom of those tools. Click that and just click d10. Okay, Sin rolled a 6. That looks like the highest one. All right.
Injecting Weaver Gateway Bridge.
Sin, you're standing in an empty road in the middle of a small town. You don't see any movement around. There's no cars on the street. There's no people in the buildings. There's no lights on that you can see. It's the middle of the day. Judging by the position of the sun, it is around noon. What do you do? That was it. Good question. You're having trouble remembering things um, outside of this current situation. Good question. Yes, it hurts. Nope. What do you mean by tracks? Um, it's a regular, asphalt blacktop road. The middle of what looks like a small town. Out of character, if you remember the small town from Back to the Future, it's like that but empty and just one road. You're dressed casually. You don't see anybody moving about. You don't see any lights on. Blue sky, bright sun, not a cloud in the sky. Fairly normal. You check your pockets and they're empty. You can see a payphone down on the corner of the road. Hmm. Okay. Well, as you're walking there, uh, make a spot hidden check. Or actually, not spot hidden. Is there a perception? No, search is more of a physical. You're actually digging through things, looking. I guess this would be a spot hidden. Yeah, alertness. That's it. No, I think it was alertness. 87. Okay. Oh, and Shan, to roll skills like that, on your skills tab, you just click the name of it. Yes. And then on that right hand side, that column, up at the very top is two little chat box things. You can look in there to see the result of the roll. Yep, but you're not here yet. Okay. Um, okay, so Elizabeth, you walk down to the the phone. It's right on the corner of the street, and you start jiggling the handle, and you don't get um, any signal out of it.
Connection established.
But all of a sudden, you notice right around the corner uh, is. Let me look at the description here. A 6'1" guy with dark hair and dark, angry eyes, standing there, kind of looking dazed. Raven, this is you. You find yourself standing on the corner of a small town, which is bizarrely empty, and you see a woman trying to operate a phone right in front of you. No, you don't. Okay. You can make an alertness check to. So you're usually on edge about things. Okay, it's a failure. Um, yeah, so you walk up to the woman. Roll luck. Um, yeah, sorry, luck is at the very top of the character sheet. There's no coins in there. Um, when you pull your fingers out, there's a bit of spider web. Raven, your pockets are empty.
Connection established.
Uh, you don't know when it happened, but both of you had your eyes kind of away from the road for a moment, and when you look back, there's and I'm sorry, Shan, there's no description for your character. So if you don't mind, describe what they see standing in the room. Oh, sorry, that is one thing that I forgot to mention. Whenever you use that little notepad edit thing, there's a save icon that looks like a down arrow pointing to a flat thing. Okay. So you kind of turn away from the phone and you see a white male about, average height, just under 6 feet, mid 30s with black hair, standing in the middle of the road wearing sunglasses. He looks kind of dazed for a second, and then he looks like he kind of snaps to and starts looking around. Shan, this is you, so go ahead and take whatever steps that you would like. You do see these two people almost immediately as you look to your right. It is an empty small town street. Um, if you all want to make a, what was the, hang on, an alertness roll. Okay. So Shan, you can kind of see that uh, the shop fronts and stuff are all empty, but there's no blinking lights, and they seem to be kind of inundated with spider web. There's just like they've been abandoned forever, but they don't look like they've been abandoned forever, aside from the excess amount of spider web all over the insides of these buildings. Shan, your pockets are empty. Yeah. Um, let's see. Take your highest medicine and go ahead and roll that. I think they're all 60. Yeah, your surgery is 62. So I mean, I think this would be a medicine check. Go ahead and roll medicine. No. Well, you go through checking. You kind of tilt Raven's eyes up to the sky and look. You don't see any bloodshot veins or anything. Raven sticks his tongue out, and there's no like residue on it. And while you're doing all of this,
Connection established.
you didn't really notice it, but there's another man standing in the road. He has the same blank look uh, that Shan had, and he suddenly snaps to. Barry, this is you. You also don't have a description on your sheet, so kind of describe what they see. Uh, well, actually, Raven, you would recognize Barry, but for the other two, if you can describe what you see, what they see. um, this will be around the early 2000s, just after 9/11. Okay. So Barry, you look to your right and you see a group of three people kind of standing together. One of them's doing something with the other's face, uh, but you do recognize Raven as the person who's having something done to her face, his face, when you look over. But the activity looks harmless. Okay. Go ahead and make your roll. Okay. Well, you succeeded, and this time you're more sure of the results, but you don't see any indications that Barry has been drugged.
Somatic amplification activated.
Uh, you feel like you have been slapped in the face. Okay. Everyone make an alertness check. That was Barry getting a critical success with the most annoying critical success animation that is available. Well, Thomas the Choo Choo Train lets us know that Barry has spotted that all of the buildings, that are businesses, the open close signs are flipped to open. So this looks like it would have been a normal business day. So, drawing from that, Barry believes that the doors may be unlocked. And the whole street is just lined with businesses. There's convenience stores, there's antique stores, there's clothing stores. Pretty much any kind of store you can imagine is, or in a small town, is along the street. There's a small electronics store, stuff like that. Yeah, there's a small golf store.
Weaver geometry accepted into host mandala.
Golf is a sport. Um, yeah, there's a convenience store. There's a few small eateries. Um, Pretty much, if you name a store type that's in a small town and say you want to go into that store, it's probably there. If it's off the wall, then it'll be a luck roll to see if that would be present. Yes. Okay. Um, so if that is the decision, you all can, as a group, walk over to the pawn shop. You get to the door, and like the other stores, it has an excess of spider webs along the inside, but the door opens easily. Like cobwebs. Okay. You okay? So you're gonna kind of eyeball through the windows. Go ahead and make a spot hidden check. It is in your skills. Wait, am I? You know what? I am. Hang on a second. Yeah. No. Go ahead and roll your alertness. Sorry, I've got Call of Cthulhu in the head. Um, because there's definitely a spot hidden in Call of Cthulhu. All right, so you look through the windows, and the webs are just a little bit too thick for you to really make out too clearly anything in the building, but you do see that it's stocked of um, you know pawn shop stock, and that you don't see anything moving.
Host hypnagogia disabled.
Okay, so you're opening the door and going in. Okay. Okay. Uh, so anyone who's going in, go ahead and roll alertness. God, y'all don't see shit. What is up with this? Every roll's been a failure. Well, no, Shan, you rolled a 35. Okay. Well, as you're walking in, Elizabeth kind of walks face first into the door as it's being opened for her. There's a little thump, but everyone moves on, and you're inside the store. The kind of cobweb theme continues inside. They're draped over almost everything. Um, you don't see any out in the open. You see behind the counter, you see some guitars, you see some computer equipment and other musical instruments. There's some sporting goods like baseball bats and sets of golf clubs, stuff like that. There's a bunch of tools. So if you guys want any improvised hand to hand implements, there's a wide variety of tools to choose from. Okay. There is a baseball bat in the hand to hand items. You can go ahead and drag that to your character sheet, and you will have a baseball bat. Um, let's see. There's a variety of like plumbing wrenches, other big heavy tools. They'll all use the same stats as the baseball bat, though. So um, you can improvise what you're picking up, but it will kind of fill the same niche as a baseball bat or a club, depending on how you use it. Okay, perfect. Roll your luck. You find the. Oh wait, that's failure. Uh, you do not find a crowbar. Yeah, exactly what I did. I saw the zeros and I was like, ooh, a critical success. And the critical list of critical successes, but it was the opposite. They do. Roll your search because you're looking for a first aid kit. Um, okay. Well, you guys are kind of searching through this building. You're not finding too much of use, but you do find a fairly large object that is tightly wrapped up in spider webs. It's kind of tucked behind the counter. Yeah, you can find either a knife or a baseball bat. Um, uh, the knife can be a combat dagger. You can have a large pipe wrench, and that will kind of use the same stats as either a baseball bat or a club. Okay. The nearest approximation that I can give you visually is it looks like a large cocoon. Um, you know, um, it looks like it could be about people sized. Kind of football shaped. There is a liquor store nearby too. Okay. Well, with that kind of mention, putting everyone on edge, go ahead and make another alertness check. And this can be for everyone. Uh oh. Okay, so one critical success, two more successes. All right. So all three of you, Barry, Doc, and Shan, you kind of start looking around when uh, Raven mentions the giant spider erupting out of someone, and you see a red light up in a corner, and see that it's a like a security camera, and it's on a swivel, so it's looking back and forth and back and forth. And Barry, you can see a cord kind of coming off of the camera. A cord coming off of the camera. You'd have to get close to it to check. Okay. All right. So the cord is kind of dangling off of the camera, and it's tucked against the wall. And as you follow it down the wall, it kind of unravels and opens up and intertwines with the spider webs that are everywhere. And that's it. The webs become the cord becomes the webs. It's attached to the webs, but it's the only powered device that you've seen. Uh, you can tell that it doesn't. You can tell that the cord is the web. Yeah. You pull at them and they come away just like spider web would. And as you pull enough of them off, the camera powers off. You see the red light go out and it stops turning. I heard a few other ideas. One of you suggested trying to burn the cocoon like thing. Another suggested trying to walk out of town and seeing where they got. Um, Shan, roll your alertness. Okay. So continue with your thoughts there. Yeah. You can find either or. Yeah, it's there's a couple empty like military surplus duffel bags on a shelf, and you can pull one out. The webs haven't really infiltrated the items; they're just kind of draped over everything. Um, or there is. Okay. You see the door in the back, and you walk up to it. The handle turns easily, and you start to push it open, and it thumps into something, and it's dark on the other side. You can kind of see a little bit through the crack, and when you look down, you can see that it thumped against another of these cocoon-like things. Um, roll your luck. Yes, you can also roll your luck. Okay, Barry found a flashlight. Um, Sin, roll your alertness. Okay, before you shut the door, you did notice that there was a little bit of light coming from that back room. Um, like it was a dark room, but there was light coming from a source that didn't appear to be a window, and it wasn't illuminating the room. Yeah, it works. Yeah, Shan, I did say you were one of the beefiest. Raven does kind of top you out a little bit. Um, you didn't find any of that in this store. It may be in another store. Yes? Yes. I will put you back up to full health. We'll get to that. Is this the back door to the place? Okay. Okay, it slides. It feels like whatever is leaning against the door weighs around 110, 115 pounds. Actually, sorry, I take that back. Around 75 pounds. No, it's about the same size.
Connection established.
Okay. That room continues the cobweb motif of everything else. But you do see what looks like a desk with a computer on it. That is where the light is coming from. It's the small green LED on the front blinking. Oh, it's already been disturbed by the door being opened. It slid across the floor. Yeah, and a note on computers. Computer science, the skill is kind of like advanced computer use. Just turning a computer on and trying to use it, that's a standard skill that everyone has. So you won't have any problems uh, sitting at a computer and trying to do something. Please. Yeah, so there is a emergency fire exit at the back of this room. This is a small office room, um, like where management does their desk stuff. Okay, the screen is off, but you can see the power switch doesn't have the little green light next to it. So if you want to press that, it'll might come on. There is a light switch you can flip. It goes into the up position. Not that you know of. Okay. The screen comes on. There's a flash, and then that nice pale teal blue of Windows 98 starts shining through. The true horror has just begun. Um, it has a standard desktop. You can see a bunch of icons, but the words under them, it looks like the letters are all scrambled around. You can't really read them.
Modifying parameters.
You're looking at a probably a mid 90s computer running Windows 98. Well, from general knowledge, and it's at the desktop. You see, several icons. They've got the standard like my computer, my documents icons, or some, obvious Word documents, but all of the names under them, instead of being in English, they're just kind of scrambled letters. No, not that you know of. It barely even looks like letters. Yeah, no, this is not a case where someone set the system font to Wingdings, which is the best way to piss your parents off in the 90s. Did you? The voice that you're hearing, for example, this,
Connection established.
you're hearing in character, all of you. You don't really?
Modifying dream space parameters.
Hold on a second.
Connection established.
What the hell? Hold on, pause for a second. Have you guys heard throughout the game a deep voice announcing things? Okay. Was it my voice or a deep voice? God damn it. Okay. Okay. Let me retcon this a little bit because this was supposed to be playing through Discord, but because I had to switch mics around, it wasn't. And it's. God damn it. This is supposed to be a big thing. Okay. Before each character saw each other, you would have heard this.
Connection established. Connection established. Injecting Weaver Gateway Bridge.
Okay. No, it wasn't playing. No, because if I was talking with this, it would have been like this. Okay. So throughout your explorations here, you've been hearing can you guys hear me right now? Okay. Sorry, I was looking at my voice modifier and it's just kind of spinning, and now I'm angry. You've been hearing a deep voice announcing odd things. I'll give you a few examples. When you walked into the store, you would have heard Weaver Geog. Or is it my voice right now? Okay. Bear with me a second. I need to close this program and open it back up. Yeah. I'm so angry right now. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Can you guys hear this okay?
Okay.
Can you understand this one?
Can you understand this one? Can you understand what I'm saying? Can you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so I guess that one's kind of cutting out. All right. Let me modify something real quick. Hang on.
Okay. Can you understand what I'm saying? Good. Okay. If you're not using headphones, they will help.
Sorry, let me say that normally. If you're not using headphones, they'll help. Okay. Well, it's not too important that you understand it, just that you can hear it. And God damn it, this thing's been going on the whole time, and you haven't heard any of it. Ugh. Yeah, no, it shouldn't have been my normal voice. Okay, so let's go back. We're not going to reset gameplay or anything because you've made it this far. So throughout the adventure so far, you've been hearing this voice saying things to you. The last thing that it said was as you were entering the pawn shop, and I was wondering why you guys weren't reacting to it. When you were entering the pawn shop, you heard,
Weaver geometry accepted into host mandala.
And okay, and now Barry is using the computer. Yeah. Updating. Wait. See, now it's failing to switch to the. God damn it. Yeah, I've been testing this out for like a week. Yeah. Let me reset this again because it died when I tried to switch to that voice. Bear with me. If anyone needs to take a break, go ahead and do that. We'll do like a 10-minute break here. No, it's not your fault at all. position. And Angie was saying that she couldn't hear other people, so can some of you say something? Oh, good. So not only is the uh, okay, try again.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So Angie couldn't hear anything on the screen on the stream, but she messaged me somewhere that I couldn't see. So the stream audio is going to be messed up. Okay.
Okay.
So
Well,
just to
we're
recap
okay.
what's happened, the four of you kind of came to awareness in an empty town. Each of you kind of spotted the others after not looking in a certain spot for a moment, and then there was a noise that said,
Connection established.
and suddenly you noticed that there was another one of you standing there. And that happened for each of the players. You started exploring the town, noticing that there were cobwebs and spider webs throughout the insides of all the buildings. And you went into a
Pawn shop.
pawn shop. Thank you. Words were hard. You went into a pawn shop and started rooting around. When you went into the pawn shop, you heard,
Weaver geometry accepted into host Mandala.
and then you kind of continued moving on. None of you were really sure if this was in your heads or if everyone was hearing it. And you found a large cocoon-shaped or cocoon-like thing behind the counter. You found a security camera whose cord was, well, it was part of the web. It seemed like the web was connected to the security camera. And as you pulled the web away from the cord, the camera powered off. Now, you've moved on to the back room of this building, which seems like a little manager's office. As you went back there, you heard,
Weaver configuration injected.
and pushing the door open, there was another of these cocoon things, and a computer that was powered on, but the monitor was off. You turn the monitor on, and it's Windows 98, but all of the letters are like scrambled, and you can't seem to read anything, but the icons seem pretty standard from what you remember. And that's where we can pick up.
So I can't make out any of these letters. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
All
and
right.
right before we went to break, you were discussing whether or not everyone was hearing that deep voice.
Yes.
So anybody have any ideas what the hell that could be?
Off the top of my head, any solid ideas, a couple of potential theories, but not enough evidence.
Modifying dream space parameters.
That gives a little bit more.
Are we in some type of matrix?
That's kind of my guess, because it sounded like dream space.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's what we've got so far. We have, for lack of a better term, been abducted one by one and appeared here. Something Weaver, which makes me think the spiderweb things. We've heard Dreamscape. Although some of you have slapped each other or yourselves fairly well and seem to react. So this is either incredibly advanced technology where I would have no idea who on earth could have it, or someone's lost their mind and we're just bit parts of an insanity thing.
Yeah, I think we're in some kind of program or something,
Mm-hmm.
or some weird thing.
Well, I approach the computer and look for the Internet Explorer icon.
You want to browse the web?
I'll see if we can connect. It'd be a step to maybe figure out what the hell.
Okay. You do see an Internet Explorer icon, but it's the old one that was just the E, and instead of a little yellow slash that goes across it, it's like a cobweb. And you open it
Whoa.
up, and it looks like the MSN homepage, kind of, but all of the letters are scrambled, and you can't really read what it says.
Are there any pictures that might give us a clue?
Yes, and I'm trying to think of a good way to describe them. Hang on a moment, because I wasn't expecting that, but this is a great opportunity.
It is nothing but lewd photos.
um,
Look at all that furry porn.
okay, there are several pictures on the screen. Who's looking at the screen?
I am. Barry.
Okay.
I'm watching the egg sack.
Oh,
I'm watching the door we came in, making sure nothing tries to sneak up on us.
Barry, the picture you see on the screen is a picture that you remember. It was taken when you were a child. You were playing in the yard with your pet dog.
How did that picture get there?
I
Are you pointing it out to someone else to have them look?
Yeah, because I think Raven is with me.
Who else is looking?
I'm looking.
Okay, Raven, you see a picture of your 8th birthday. You're blowing out the candles on your cake.
Where in the hell did that picture come from? I remember the birthday, but I don't remember that picture being taken.
Are we seeing the same things?
Discuss. Barry, you see a picture of yourself playing with a dog in your backyard. Raven, you see a picture of yourself blowing out birthday candles.
Barry, what do you see when you?
I see myself playing with little Frodo.
I see myself blowing out candles on a birthday cake.
I don't even see that. What's going on?
Call,
I see myself.
we call. Hey Doc, come take a look at the screen. Tell us what you see.
I go and I look at the screen.
Doc, you see your childhood collection of the old school My Little Ponies, all lined up on your dresser.
Aw.
Okay, that shouldn't be possible.
Doc, what do you see there?
Or if it is, then I see my room and a collection of my toys that I had from when I was little.
Oh. Right,
What do
we're
you
all
see?
seeing-
We call Shan over because he needs to see this so we can discuss it.
Ego dysplasia exceeded. Modifying.
Whoa.
Okay, somebody just spoke again.
All right, I think we're in a simulation.
The picture is of a young woman holding a cell phone. You guys probably just didn't get a good look at it before.
No, I know what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what I saw.
Same.
Shan knows nothing
Okay.
other than what you said.
Uh,
Are there any dates that we can read on this page?
No, you can't read any words or numbers. Well, I mean, you see words and numbers on there, but they're all jumbled together. They don't make any sense.
so if we are in a dream sequence or a dream machine or whatever you want to call this, I know for a fact that when you dream that you're reading something, you cannot actually read it. It's just into the scrambles letters.
Well, let's take a walk down to the convenience store. Maybe we can find a newspaper or there's got to be a magazine or something down there and see if it's the
Right.
same way.
Right.
We want to see what might be inside these sacks.
Yes, you can cut it open now.
I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm gonna take the knife I got and go cut one up and see what's inside it.
I already my weapon.
Preferably the
Shane-
one
Shane's
outside
gonna-
the room, so if I need to, I can run back in the room and shut the door.
Shan's gonna angle himself just enough in the hallway, that way nothing's behind them. Shan can see down the hallway, and into the room in case anything goes on.
Okay, before we get started on this, which one are you cutting into? The one in the office or the one out front behind the counter?
The one out front behind the counter.
Okay, so everyone can
I figured
arrange
if you-
themselves however they like. I think Shan would probably be at the front door, looking outside.
Oh, I want to be by the emergency exit in the office if there was one.
Mhm.
Okay,
I want to check it first, see if it's open.
it's one of those alarmed doors.
Okay, I want
If
to
it's
push it open.
alarmed, cut the wire at the top.
Okay, yeah, you push it open and it opens.
No
No alarm
sounds.
sounds.
Okay, so we have an exit.
It does, however, when it opens up, it breaks a bunch of spider web and the computer powers off.
Oh, fuck. What the hell? Are these like web wires?
Connection established.
Oh, have you ever heard of the World Wide Web?
Well, a connection was just established.
Maybe that's something. Maybe it's something along that line.
Ha, ha, ha.
We're in some kind of program.
Okay.
Open menu.
Command
so-
rejected.
All right.
So,
Let's cut this thing open and see what's inside it.
Okay. You cut it
gonna-
open.
oh, Relax, I my duct tape.
The knife slides easily through, and you open up a little hole on it, and you see human bones inside. Do you want to
Ooh.
investigate further?
Yes.
Okay. Roll your medicine. Not sure if it's
Medicine.
really necessary because you're just kind of looking at bones.
Not surgery.
Hmm.
Medicine.
Medical knowledge. But yeah, I didn't really know if this was a necessary roll or not. But as you cut this
I
open,
do have biology, so I don't know if that helps.
what's your biology at?
60.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. That's probably a more appropriate roll.
18.
Okay, perfect. So you cut it open for a third time, and you open it up, and you see a skull looking up at you, and you immediately notice that something is off with it. The eye cavity, the eye sockets have been collapsed inward,
oof.
That's weird.
as if each eye was hit with severe blunt force trauma that penetrated into the skull.
So likely something poked it in the skull and then wrapped it up, or vice versa. I didn't see any breakage on the web, so I'm guessing it must have got attacked and subdued and then got wrapped up for later use.
So,
Each skull looks like it.
What's that?
Each skull looks like they were collapsed in.
There's just one skull in
Or I
there.
mean, each of the eyes sockets. I mean,
Yes,
And none of the other bones that I can see look like they're damaged or nothing.
they do not.
What does it look like? I'm not gonna take them all out. Yeah. It looks like well, honestly, if I take a wild guess, I'd say a spider poked him in the eyes and wrapped up, saving for later.
Are they dry bones or some meat still left on them?
Yeah, how do they look like they're old already, or are they still
They're desiccated.
they're rotting?
There was
they're
a
pretty-
body in there, so there is dried skin and flesh, but the bones are exposed in some places.
So it's like it's been like this for a long, long time now.
Yeah,
Long enough for it to basically mummify up or just decay like that.
maybe.
Yeah. Whatever happened here, I think we missed this. This was likely a long time ago. I can only guess how long, but definitely not recent. I'm gonna bet the other second is probably gonna be the same. You said something about there being 2 people. That's probably the 2 people that worked here.
Connection disrupted. Attempting retry.
Attempting
I heard
retry.
retry.
No, reboot, I yell. Nope, nothing.
Not
You
really.
find any keys or anything in there?
Are there any like keys or anything on here? There's like any clothing I can go through?
There's some old clothing, but you don't find anything useful.
Not on
No.
this one. Should I check the other one?
Yeah, wouldn't hurt to check. Might find keys possibly to a safe or something that may have some firearms. If we're lucky.
Dag, was that back room the only room, or was there another door somewhere?
That was the only room. It's like a small shop along a street.
Nah, there's keys at B to the shop. There's not another room, so we probably won't find anything. But there's not a safe on the behind the counter or anything like that, or a register.
There's one of those standard store safes underneath the register.
Is it a combination lock or a key lock?
It's a combination lock.
Yeah. Well, I could check the other one to see if maybe there'll be something on there, but I'm not thinking there would be. What do y'all think?
Probably not.
Said there's a combination lock somewhere.
Yeah, it's underneath the counter there.
You want to see what you try to break it open?
I don't know. You got anything to break it open? I'm not exactly skilled in busting locks. I'm more about patching things up and taking things apart.
Okay, if
User
I were to
geometry
fleshy.
reconfigured. Connection stable.
Connection stable that time.
Hmm.
Interesting. So I'm trying to think of anything that I can do to try to crack this lock.
Well, I mean, we could try just a few common ones, like the standard 1, 2, 3, 4.
Has anybody looked to see if there's like a document thing on the computer or a piece of paper near the safe that may contain the combo? Or
Like a ledger, maybe?
check the cash register or any ledgers.
Maybe we can find something with dates on it.
Okay, so
It's good.
about the combination lock on the safe, it's an electric lock and there's no power. So if you want in the safe, you need to crack it open, and you currently do not have any way to crack it open.
And we don't have our crowbar.
No, because Shane rolled horribly.
Also, a crowbar would be of limited use against this safe. It's fairly beefy for a pawn shop, because pawn shops deal in lots of cash. So it is triple bolted to the floor, and it is thick. With two C's.
We'd either need a blowtorch, like a cutting torch, or a drill with a diamond bit.
If anybody wants to take a close look at the safe,
I'll do that since I'm looking at it already.
okay. You see that the brand name of it is Red Herring. And it's got a little red fish.
There's probably nothing in that. This is a simulation. There's probably nothing in there.
Red herring, yeah. I don't like that name too much because that's just a scapegoat.
Yep.
All right, well then let's head out.
All right,
So we can
let's
check
head up
that
to the
one
convenience store.
Yeah.
I second
Yeah.
that.
Look for some food, water, and anything else that could be of use.
Right.
Okay.
Injecting Weaver Gateway Bridge.
As you walk out of the store, you kind of see in the middle of the road what looks like a slit in the air with spider webs kind of stretching out of it. As you watch, the slit widens into a hole about the size of a man, and beyond the hole, you can see nothing but darkness.
Time to run.
Before you can run, you see what looks like a man step out of the hole. He's wearing loose gray clothing, and he's got something on his face that covers his entire face.
Not a long white beard, is it?
You can't tell if there's a long white beard.
It's not a spider, is it?
When you look closely, it seems to resemble a spider,
Yeah.
but mechanical.
Yeah.
It has 8 leg-like things that wrap around the face. The abdomen of the spider is up over the eyes. The front of it would be hanging downward, and there's 8 small red, looks like camera lenses swiveling around, and they swivel toward you and look. Anyone who has seen this, which would be everyone, make a sanity check.
I've seen enough sci-fi movies to know what that is.
Okay. Barry, you roll a d4. Everyone else loses 1 sanity.
So Shan's at 74 now?
Yes.
Okay.
So, can I use my contacts? Use one of my contacts?
You can, but you still have to roll a d4.
Okay.
Is that a 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So where is that? I have to refresh that rule in my head real quick. Oh, and sorry, I was wrong about the bond score. It's equal to your charisma. It doesn't just start at 15. But we can leave it at 15. That's fine.
That's why it was a 12 for Shan then.
Yeah. Okay, so when your agent loses sanity, you can spend willpower to reduce this loss. The amount is always 1d4, so you're using that. Roll a d4. Barry.
Again?
Yeah. Okay. So you're able to reduce the sanity loss by 1.
All right.
And then you reduce the score of one of your bonds by 1.
All right.
And you reduce your willpower by 1 because you've spent a willpower to kind of force that fear onto one of your bonds.
Right. Got it.
Okay, where was this thing? Okay, so this guy just stepped out of the this hole that appeared in the air in the middle of the road. And aside from kind of shaking in fear, do you guys have any reactions to this?
Shan will shout out, identify yourself.
I just stare and look in horror.
My reaction is, what the fuck is that?
Okay. Well, he
We'll
turns
look
and
around and make sure nothing's. I'm gonna look around, make sure nothing's trying to come up at us while everyone else is looking at this guy.
Okay. You can roll your alertness.
If it's just him, or if there's other ones popping up. Nope, I don't see shit.
You look around quickly, but you look back. And you didn't see anything. Shit, hang on. I gotta remember what he's saying. Raven, what did you say to him? You say identify
said, "What the
yourself?
No, Shan said that. I said, what the fuck is that?
Shan said, identify yourself.
Okay.
It's okay.
He looks over at you, and sorry, getting dehydrated. Where's my drink? Give me a second here.
No issue.
Okay. He turns toward you. The little red eye camera things on his spider mask swivel lock onto you.
Says, I don't need to identify myself. You're in my world. This is what awaits if you accept the path that is before you.
Anybody else get, parts of that?
Basically, if we keep going this way, we're going to turn into that.
I heard it's about accepting that path.
Okay, I won't use
that.
the voice. He says, and his voice is muffled and distorted by the mask. He says, "This is what awaits if you follow the path that is offered to you."
Okay. That still didn't answer the question. Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is that the strands of your fate, and at this point he kind of reaches out and he plucks something in the air, and you feel it reverberate in your chest. And if you look closely, you see a small spider, a strand of what looks like spider silk extending from you into this gateway. And he plucks it for each of you, just one at a time. He says, the strands of your fate are already being woven into the pattern. And this is a warning that the weave is not completed and you can still escape.
Where? How do we escape? Where do we go?
He kind of fuzzes around the edges.
A connection disrupted.
Connection disrupted.
And he says, I can't stay here long. This is a warning. Do not pursue it. Do not pursue the Weaver. And he turns around and he steps back into the gateway.
So, anybody has an idea what this Weaver thing is?
But
Clearly,
I don't, but I'm pretty sure it sounds like we should just get the hell out of town if we can.
yeah, Shannon agrees. Let's head to that convenience store, stock up on what can, get the heck out of Dodge.
Okay. Everyone roll your POW.
How?
Yeah, it's on your physical tab of your sheet.
Oh, power. Okay.
Yeah, POW is kind of like willpower, mental power.
Woo-hoo! Where were these rolls earlier?
Waiting for the
I know,
right time. Okay.
I failed.
Barry starts screaming. And
Oh,
you all look
God.
at him, and his skin dissolves off of his body,
Yeah.
followed by the
Oh,
muscle,
yeah!
and a skeleton just collapses onto the ground where Barry stood.
Ugh.
Everyone make a sanity check, except Barry.
Woo-hoo!
Okay. Raven, roll a d8. Everyone else loses 1 sanity. Okay, Raven, you lose 6 sanity.
That's not good.
No, you can spend some willpower to project that onto a bond.
Yeah, let's do that.
And Barry, you're going to be on hold for a few minutes.
Yeah.
He went boom.
I just gurgle in the puddle that I made myself.
You sit there and continue to liquefy. Wait, where did I put the bonds? Okay, so where was it? Projecting onto a bond. When your agent loses sanity, you can spend willpower to reduce the loss. The amount is always 1d4. So, Raven, if you want to do this, roll 1d4. Okay, so 4. So you can spend 4 willpower to reduce the sanity loss by 4. You don't have to spend that much. You can spend less if you like. But then you would also remove that same amount of points from one of your bonds.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the 4.
Okay, so you spend 4 willpower points, you lose 2 sanity, and one of your bonds or multiple bonds lose 4 points spread out among however many you like.
Yeah, I split it between the 2 I have. So they're both down to 8.
Okay. Okay, continue on.
I don't know about anybody else. I'm still staring at Barry.
That's it. Oh, shit.
Mandala collapsing.
Well, Shan heard collapsing, and Barry essentially just collapsed. Poor Barry?
That's all I got out of that was collapsing him. Barry's on
So
the
what?
ground.
Did he liquefy, or did he turn to dust, or bones?
Did you ever see Indiana Jones
That shit.
Yeah.
when they opened the Ark?
Yeah,
It was kind of like that.
Yay.
that is horrifying.
Well, that's why we tried to save.
All right, you know, screw the convenience store. I'm leaving. Bye. I'm leaving.
Go.
Is Barry
follow
still
us.
alive? Is Barry still alive, flopping around there?
It's a pile of gently liquefying bones. You can
Okay.
perform first aid if you like.
No. So I was leaning more toward a smack to the head to put him out of his misery, but if he's already that far gone, he doesn't need that.
Yeah. Okay, so was it Doc is running?
I'm not far behind.
Raven
Shan's
is running.
following.
Shan's running. Okay, you get to the edge of town. Go ahead and make
Oh,
another.
we went to the convenience store. We didn't go to the edge of town.
No, I'm leaving town. I ain't going. I said
Oh,
screw
okay.
the convenience store. I'm leaving. Y'all can go if you want. I'm
Okay.
getting the fuck out of town.
Sounds
I'll take my
like a plan.
chances.
Okay, so you get to the edge of town. Make another PAL roll.
Pow.
Everybody?
Nope. Physical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except Barry.
I'll just put myself on mute.
Okay, everyone succeeded? Looks like it.
Yeah, looks like Doc got a 39, Shank got a 49, Raven got a
question.
61.
Do we still have that strand of web attached to us trailing back? Or did that go away with the portal?
You can't tell. The portal was still there.
I can look down and brush my hand over my chest to see if I feel a web.
You don't.
Can't I? Okay.
But the portal was still there. And
I'll check
as
the
you
movie
reach
chest.
the edge of town, you kind of find yourself back at the phone that you tried. That was back at the
yeah.
other end of town.
Great.
And you can see that portal still looming in the middle of the road, in the middle of town.
So either this is a closed loop.
Am I all by myself or the others around somewhere still?
The others are right with you. Well, everyone
So
that ran with you, which I think was everyone.
So either we're in a closed loop area, or we have an objective to complete first.
Hey, we need to go through that portal since it's still open.
Yeah, everyone roll your alertness.
I'm rolling alertness.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, still see an empty town in front of you. Road stretches on, portal in the road. Are you pausing for a moment when you realize that you've kind of looped around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was checking to see if everyone else is with me or not.
All right, so you pause and everyone kind of catches up with you. Go ahead and make another PAL check.
Who will live? Who will die?
Bye, Raven. Bye, Sean.
Haha! Shan survived.
I thought it said failure there for a minute. Nope.
Yeah, Raven failed. And as you guys kind of stop and gaze at the town that didn't change, Raven, your head explodes.
Oh God!
Just blood
Please
and
tell me
brains
I got
splatter
brains all
everywhere.
over both of them.
You did. And both of them need to make a sanity check.
Woohoo!
Okay, Doc, you've got some medical stuff, so you roll a d4. Shan, you lose 1 sanity. And Doc, you lose 1 sanity. What do you guys want to do?
Screw it. I'm going to the portal because if we stay here, we're just going to end up like that.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like that. We've run around, or not gone through it, and 2 are dead,
Or if we die, maybe we'll wake up where we're actually at.
or we'll be dead.
Well, screw it. If this is a dream, if this is an actual, if we'll be dead, or if this is an actual dream, let's do what's on the other side of that portal.
Okay.
I'll go first as I suggested it. That way, if I die, Sean can decide if they want to do something different.
Okay.
Okay, you approach the portal, and as you approach, you can look inside. It is dark, and it is a large empty space, but there is a kind of a walkway, kind of like a catwalk of spider web that leads off into the darkness.
Shane's gonna quickly run over to Barry's corpse and hopefully grab the flashlight before going in.
Roll your luck. It's
Nope.
there, but it is a bit gooey.
Shane's fine with that.
So before going in, I'm gonna be like, it's kind of dark in there. Let me run over there and help get the flashlight. I can do that.
Yeah, I mean it's the flashlight and like maybe a third of what's left of Barry attached to it.
Sorry, Barry.
And you pull it and there's a.
Rest in peace, Barry.
Let me go get Raven's baseball bat too while I'm at it.
Well, I thought you had something too. I thought everyone
I
grabbed
got,
something.
I got a knife. So, but he grabbed the baseball bat, so I'll grab his bat.
Okay.
If we're going in, we're going in hot.
Might as well.
Well, Shane will keep the other hand open, with the flashlight, combat knife in the other hand.
Okay.
Yep, I can put the knife away and I'll pull out the knife, pull out the bat.
Well, you are
Then I'll head to
armed
the portal.
and you have light. And you step into the portal. As you step in, the portal closes behind you,
Connection terminated.
and
Dan?
you are plunged into darkness.
Oh no!
Turn on the flashlight!
You turn on the flashlight, and you can see a little bit of this kind of web walkway extending in front of you, and it also extends behind you, out beyond the range of the flashlight. Roll your alertness.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Shane accepts that.
Doc, you hear what can only be described as skittering from every direction, but it's not close.
Spiders. We should probably try to move quietly. If that matters at all.
Agreed.
Which way should we go?
Both ways look the same.
Which way did that one guy go?
Both ways look the same.
All right. Well, whatever way we're facing, we'll go that way.
Okay. You proceed along the walkway. You walk for what seems like hours. The flashlight begins to flicker occasionally. And eventually, you start to get tired of walking. And at this point, you think you hear something nearby. Give me a second. I'm trying to get the right imagery in my head for this. Okay, you can feel the bridge, the walkway, kind of vibrating a little bit, as if something is moving other parts of the web around you. Make an alertness, actually make another PAL roll.
Ah, shit.
Yay! We fell together.
Yeah, well, shit, I was hoping one of you survived that. Oh well. You see, in the distance, a series of eyes open up and long legs. You can't tell how long or how far away this is, but there's many eyes. They're all attached to one body and one face that looks like a screaming human. And you hear one word, which is leave, before you feel your bodies ripped apart. And at this point, each one of you wakes up in your bed at home screaming.
The fuck?
I called it! Oh, yeah, so it was a dream. Okay. And then I'm going to jump at the spider. I'm just seeing shit. Never mind.
Any willpower that you lost, go ahead and reset back to full. But your sanity loss remains.
Dun dun dun.
That's for everybody.
Guess I'm got
Yes.
something new to talk about with my therapist.
And
That was just fucked up.
as you wake up and kind of come to your senses, you know that this is not the first time you've had this dream. This has been happening for weeks, ever since your last mission, um, Barry and Raven. The other two, Shan and Doc, this started happening probably about a month ago. And it's been it started out as about one night a week, but right now it's almost every night, as if it's coming to a crescendo. And this is where we'll do the home section of the game.
Yeah?
Okay, so the home section is something that happens between games, but because of the nature of this game and the dream intro, I wanted to save the home until after the intro. So this is mostly for Raven and Barry to recover from their last adventure. So just kind of let me know what you did between then and now, and I'll pop this up on everyone's screen so you can see what I'm talking about. There you go. Between your last adventure and now, things that you've done to kind of recover your sanity and just kind of get over what happened to you.
Well, we saw a zombie and a giant spider on the last mission. Really screwed my head a bit, so I spent some quiet time. I did some reading. I did some fishing. I hung out with one of my former partners, who's also my best friend, and we both went fishing and just spent some time talking about things that we had happened to us in the past and things, what I could tell him about my most recent mission.
Okay. And Barry?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Hold on.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm kind of calculating how much sanity Raven would have recovered.
There was barbecue involved. There's always got to be food involved.
Brisket? Or ribs?
Yeah. Both.
Cornbread?
Always.
Yeah.
And coleslaw.
Ruined it.
You don't have to eat the coleslaw.
Okay, I've got Raven's sanity calculated. Barry, did you go to therapy or did you hang out with your friends or just focus on home life?
I tried to focus on home life, and these dreams keep happening. I just try to keep forgetting about them. But they keep showing up every once in a while. It's been very rough sleeps. Um, I've been trying to call friends to see if they can hang out, see if we can play some golf or something. Since I'm of that age where I golf a lot.
Yeah, Barry is the name of someone who would play golf. Like, I'm sure there's always a Barry on the golf club. It's like required.
It definitely, technically, it is. I'm not gonna lie, because I work at a club. Um, yeah, just trying to keep my sanity level. I had no therapy. Um,
Okay. Well, the both of you, through your activities, are able to kind of suppress and kind of not nullify, but I guess suppress is the only word that really
Come to
works.
terms.
Yeah, suppress and come to terms with what happened and how that fits into the world, and you're able to kind of accept it and move on. So each of you got some sanity back from your last adventure, and we can go on with this one. Does anybody need a break?
I'm okay.
Sounds good.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Doc, do you want to tell us a little bit about your home life, about what you're up to in the world right now?
Well, she lives home by herself, so probably at most she spends a lot of her time reading books or at work, because work tends to have her work overtime a lot. Um, at home, if she's not killing time just reading her book, she's cleaning her gun or working on her medical tools. She'd also go to therapy weekly and also see her dad, usually on the Sundays. She also has members of her work group, who she's gone out and did things with, she sees. So I figured with the dream, she would only probably talk to her therapist about that,
Okay.
seeing that would probably help given the other past PTSD trauma she's had from her time in the military. So,
Okay, what does Doc think about the other people in the dream who she's never met before?
well, that is a question, because why is she? You meet. It was so vivid in what happened that how would my mind make up these kind of people? Hopefully, the therapist could answer that, because that's just weird. Do dreams work like that?
Yeah. Okay, well, one day you're on your way home from your therapist and you get a call on your cell phone from
Probably
an
would try
unknown
to look
number.
up. I
Sorry,
would say she probably would use some of her contacts if she got curious, just to look up. Since I don't think she really got anybody's full name, did she? Because if Raven, she said it
Shan.
was just a code name,
Shan would have said like Agent Shan Smith.
so she could probably pull some contacts and look into see if Shan Smith is an actual name. Though Smith sounds like it could also be a fake name too, like Raven would have probably been. That was
yeah,
her assumption with Raven. That okay, it's probably just a fake or a code name. Same thing with Barry.
yeah. In the last dream, Shan did introduce Shan's self as Shan Smith, or sorry,
Agent Shan
Agent
Smith.
Shan, FBI.
Okay, well, maybe she can
Um,
reach out and see, because hers is private sector, but maybe she could reach out and get some comments, see if there is a actual Shan Smith working for the FBI.
you
Oh,
you do
Not
Can I
actually
directly, though.
find records of a Shan Smith, although you can't really find much about Shan's um, job. But Shan, if Shan would like to tell us about Shan's self and Shan's day-to-day life, I'm going to try and fit Shan in here one more time. There it is.
what's going on?
Tell us about yourself and your day-to-day life with these nightmares and dreams of people who you don't know.
Well, obviously, Shan would briefly talk with Shan's best friend and spouse, just trying to put it partially off, like this is happening, but at the same time, not going to go into details with them. Just like it's nothing big. It's just a couple of nightmares. Don't worry about it. But when Shan's at work, uh, while as an FBI agent would have access to databases and all that, while not having their names, a description, and able to talk to a sketch artist and all that, would probably be able to get a rough sketch on maybe one, possibly two, to upload into a facial database. Wait,
Let's
this is early
see.
2000. This is early 2000. Wait,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
early
right.
2000 technology was pretty good. So
But
you,
Shane's thinking the facial recognition part would not be as high.
yeah, that's not as hot, and it wasn't as developed as it is now, especially since 9/11 just happened, and it's just becoming a hot technology. But you can make a criminology check. This will be your use of, your resources to see if you're able to track down who any of these people are. Okay, so
Nope.
you plug descriptions and stuff in, and the database comes back with not able to find people. And the most likely reason for this is that they don't exist, or they look differently in dreams.
Well, Shan would be obviously still just trying to get back to normal day-to-day basis. If something pops up, memory-wise, that would give another clue to trying to find these people, then maybe try to look at it again. But other than that, just going back to normal business.
Okay. Barry and Raven, both of you, one day you get a call from your handler, the same guy who had you investigate Clyde and led to the whole zombie ordeal, and he invites you to a night at the opera.
Oh God, I hate a night at the opera.
I'm not sure if I want to take it all on offer again. Is there something in it for me?
You got really quiet, Barry.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I want to know what's in it for me if I go to this opera.
Well, good pay and a chance to correct your mistake from the last one.
Which mistake?
He doesn't want to talk about it over the phone. He arranges a meeting with you.
Yeah, I'm headed
he
out
also
because I got
says you can accept it or not.
I will flip a coin.
Okay, roll a d2. What does a 2
Damn.
mean?
That means I'm going.
Okay. So we'll come back to you two in a moment. Shan, you get home. You leave work one day, and you follow your usual route home. You get in your car and you start driving, and you decide to stop at what's your favorite restaurant?
Outback Steakhouse.
You stop at Outback Steakhouse to grab some food to take home with you.
Not sponsored it anyway.
And as you're standing in line, a man behind you is, wearing an overcoat and a hat and glasses, really trying not to be identifiable, says, "Excuse me, Shan," and he hands you a letter and walks away.
Well, this is triggering all kinds of things for a federal agent.
As it should.
So, Shane's gonna call the wife, tell her something's come up, drive back to work, and have this checked out.
Did you want to look at it first?
Well, no, because there could be anthrax. This is early 2000. And Shane is a federal agent, possible target for anthrax.
But he didn't say it was an envelope. He just said he handed you a letter.
Which could be in an envelope.
Yeah, well, sorry to clarify, it's just a folded piece of paper with your name on it.
Oh, then yeah, Shane wouldn't have driven home then. Shane would have, looked at it, because without the envelope, it's, not as a big threat.
Yeah. In the letter, it kind of goes into detail about some people that you've been looking for through the criminal databases. And it also says that you're invited to a night at the opera, and to learn more, you can call a number at the bottom.
Fuck, it's opera. But Shane does want to know. So Shane would call the wife and see if she wants to go to the opera.
Well, as you pull your phone out, your boss calls.
I would answer the phone.
Okay. Your boss is kind of a little upset. He says, "What's this I hear about you getting on some kind of what did they call it? A task force."
Yeah, that would be the term. Well, I was just handed a letter that seems to be inviting me to a task force.
He says, "Well, whatever you're into, it's beyond my pay grade."
Shit.
I
I
can't
guess you're
find
not
anything
taking your
about
wife to
this.
the opera.
Oh, was that Raven?
Said you're not taking your wife to the opera.
Yeah, he says you're not taking your wife to the opera.
Did you provide a cover for me with her then?
Yeah,
Just
opera is short for operation.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't think Shan understands that when we get invited to the opera, we're really not going to the opera.
well, Shan wasn't going to just assume.
Yeah. Well, Shan's kind of getting pulled into this out of the blue. I'm
And
trying to
I
let
need
that
just a
play
couple
out a
minutes.
little
You
bit.
guys continue on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, then Shan would call the wife and tell her, hey, some work missions come up. Coming home to pack up a few things, and we'll be gone for an undisclosed amount of time at the moment. If possible, we'll keep you up to date. Otherwise, love you, honey.
Okay, sweetie. Can you grab some milk on the way home?
Yes, Shan, and we'll gladly do that.
Okay.
And
Have
picks up
fun
the
at
milk.
your mission.
Shan would grab the milk, go home, give her the milk, load up on a couple weapon, obviously combat knife,
Yeah,
Shan's
and
gun,
before
spare
you get into
Kevlar knife.
that, you've received a package in the mail. It's got some plane tickets in it and instructions to travel light.
Well, Shan's definitely grabbing Shan's FBI badge, Kevlar vest, uh, pistol, dagger. Dagger goes into the bag. Same pistols going into the shoulder holster and all of that. Obviously, badge is going to be on hand so that way Shan can, carry the gun on the plane.
Yep. Okay, now
Okay.
Elizabeth, um, you had found some information about Shan, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you'll receive a package in the mail with, a little bit more information about Shan, as well as a picture of Barry and a picture of Raven and plane tickets, as well as, a little invitation to the opera and a phone number to call should you accept.
This is strange. Let's call the number and see what they say.
Okay. So you call the number and, middle-aged sounding man picks up and, says, "Dr. Elizabeth Schultz. We've noticed some activity that links you to several other people who are involved in a situation, and we would like to your help to resolve it."
What do you need me to do?
We don't know yet.
I see the
we,
plane tickets, so what was this? Go here, meet up, and get information then?
we'd like you to meet up with these people and see if your personal knowledge and skills can help them.
This will be interesting.
Your
Okay.
your internet searches have pulled up another person who is connected to these two, and we can't find how that connection was made. So we're going to make it.
All right. I'm in then. Let's see where this goes.
All right, gang is all together. So
I will pack one change of clothes along with my surgical kit.
which you will have no problems getting on an airplane.
No, I'll just have to make it check-in luggage. Disassembled my pistol, throw my other tools in there.
Yep.
And that's
I'm
why
pretty
Shane
sure-
is glad to
I'm
be
pretty
an
sure
RPA.
the corporation could probably even help pull some things for me too. The group, and so I'm a paramedic for them.
Is this a private plane or is this like a commercial?
Coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay.
I just show
Heck,
my son and
heck, I would like to see if I could use some of my own money to maybe upgrade from coach to first class. I am a doctor after all, technically, even though it's more military doctor than.
I was gonna say
actual.
you're a combat medic on military pay, so like you don't have many personal expenses, so you've got money saved up. So yeah, you can upgrade to first class.
Might as well enjoy it. Flying stressful as it is. At least like first class, I can drink a little bit.
Shane doesn't think Shane would have a. No, Shane thinks it would probably not be a wise idea to,
Did I
upgrade
actually
to first class.
dress for an opera?
Um,
You know what? I'll go casual clothing and I'll pack like just a more, not business, but more but not fancy, just something more proper for like, pants, heels, a blouse, something like that, just in case it is a nice place. And it's
Okay.
not an actual meetup to talk about stuff. Just in case.
okay. Well, the plane tickets are to a small airport outside of a small town in the middle of
Sorry, the plane
uninhabited
tickets,
USA.
are they a round trip flight or is this a one-way ticket?
It's a one-way ticket.
Go figure. May have to get a ticket back then if they don't supply it. All right, well, let's do it because I'm curious to meet who these people are.
we flying to the same place we went before? Because that was a hellhole.
Yes, you are.
Oh, God.
You,
Damn.
Barry and Raven, you immediately recognize the destination.
Are Barry and I on the same flight?
No, you're coming from different places,
Shit.
so you will not have
Son
a
of-
chance to talk
as-
beforehand.
Yeah, I'm looking out the plane window going, son of a bitch.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
You'll find Raven doesn't talk a lot, but swears very fluently.
Almost like a second language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the instructions that were included in each of your packets had you meet up at a meeting room at the local post office. Barry and Raven, you are familiar with this location as well. And you all get to town, you all get checked into your rooms, and you all show up at about 2 p.m. at this post office. And you meet each other for the first time in the real world.
Well,
So
hi.
you all are real.
Yep, I see they roped you two into this shithole.
Yeah, be prepared. I'm sorry, but you won't really be prepared.
No.
I think with that crazy dream, we're already past that. So,
Oh.
Right, well, what dream you talking about?
oh, didn't y'all have the dream about this town and the spider webs?
Yep.
Yeah.
I figure since you recognize me that you did.
How do you know that we were dreaming? We haven't mentioned that yet.
Oh, I woke up in bed. Where were you? Did you wake up?
I did wake up. I'm melted, apparently.
Well,
Yeah. Barry, when you melted, you felt the full pain of melting, but then you woke up in your bed screaming.
Don't do acid.
Never do acid before bed, kids.
It's like the best time to do it. Sorry.
So what do you think we're in for today?
Well, we're back in this town, and we know what we left here the last time.
Yeah, we left two things.
We left a giant spider killing another team.
Right.
What?
Shane did not bring enough weaponry for a giant spider.
Oh, and a burning zombie.
What?
Okay, Shane's got a gun, but Shane does not have enough heavy artillery.
Oh,
to
no.
be-
It was an immortal zombie. The only way to kill it was fire.
Hold on. What now? This
We-
is.
That's
this
like I
sounds
said.
out of a movie.
Nope.
Yeah, you heard it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't
Like
remember.
like
Did
George Romero zombie, where if you cut off all the limbs, the head still talks to you, kind of thing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a problem with one of our former agents.
Took off running with the head, and the head bit them. I don't know whatever happened to them.
I don't know either.
Hmm.
Something not here anymore. Kind of
So-
glad
so-
too, because he was
So you're not joking. You're not joking. Did you had to deal with a zombie and a giant spider?
Yes.
correct.
So what happened to the giant spider?
We
don't
don't
know.
know.
That wasn't our mission.
But you saw it, right?
But we had information that had to be delivered where it needed to go, so that was our mission. You'll learn your mission takes whatever mission we're given takes priority. We finish it. That's it.
Okay.
Shane's gonna need more weaponry and firepower if we're dealing with a giant spider.
All right. Well,
A lot of bug spray.
after Barry and Raven kind of enthusiastically recount their tale of what happened to them last time they were in the town, a middle-aged man walks into the room, kind of slams a folder down on the desk, glares over at Barry and Raven, looks over at Doc and Shan, and says, "All right, guys, we've got a bit of a mess to clean up here. We had a team go down outside of town. Apparently, these two saw it and ran off, and there's something loose in the town. We haven't been able to track it down or find it, but we need to find out where it came from. So we need you to go to the safe house, and we need you to find anything that was left there by the agents. It's been sealed off, but it has not been cleaned."
Okay. First, let's clear this up. We didn't just run off. We did what you told us to do.
You
we
did.
had a certain amount of time to get that information out of here, and we did.
And that's why you're not blacklisted and disavowed. However, we lost an entire team. So I'm understandably upset about this incident.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't a pretty sight. It was one of their own team members took them out.
Right.
Yeah, I've received a report. And I have a report for you as well. Your team member from your last mission, Alicia, she was found 2 days ago, dead in her home, covered in spider web.
Yeah.
Oof.
There was no signs of forced entry, and we don't know how this happened to her. Sorry, Sin, I killed your old character.
Yeah.
But I understand that the four of you are having dreams that involve spiders. Some of you have been talking to therapists. Some of you have been doing internet searches, and the information has gotten back to me. So somehow this is connected to the four of you.
You know anything about the Weaver? I don't know if that rings any bells to you by chance.
The word
That
has
was-
been popping up here and there, but there's no solid connection.
That was in the dream too, where they mentioned something about the Weaver.
We don't have any solid leads on the Weaver yet.
I just felt like it was important to bring up.
Here's a question, and the other team that had an incident, can you possibly tell us where they were coming from? Because wherever they were coming from is where their teammate got infected.
Yes, he hands over a newspaper article. Hold on, I have it somewhere. There it is. And don't take the words in this as gospel, because I tried to generate an actual newspaper article, but it did not really work. So this is just kind of an example. He hands you a newspaper article about a women's shelter in town. And he says, this is the place that they were investigating. As I don't know if you heard, but when they bugged out, they set the place on fire, and there's not much left. But again, it's been sealed off, and you can go there and investigate it. But we need to go to the safe house first to see if they had any other information.
Okay. So I forget, how long ago was this?
About a month.
So a month and nobody's touched it.
It's been sealed off. We've used a lot of resources to keep these situations contained. He doesn't go into too much detail, but the safe house is kind of isolated outside of town, so that one wasn't too difficult. The shelter that burned down was a little bit more difficult because it needs to be demolished, but they've been able to hold off the authorities using their own authority.
Okay. So nobody's been in there to disturb it.
None.
So if we find this what was it y'all said you saw last time? A giant spider?
Yeah, it burst out of the guy's
Guessing
chest.
that's what we're looking for.
Woman's chest, I
Woman's,
believe.
yeah.
I mean, are we to report back when we find it, or are you expecting us to deal with it, like take it out?
If you can take it out, then take it out. But it's been a month. That thing tore through that house, and we have no idea where it is. What's more important is finding the source.
What caused it?
Exactly.
Okay. So it's not the actual objective; it's more like figuring out what caused this thing to happen.
Right.
The
If
objective.
you see it, taking it out would be ideal. This thing does not belong in our world.
Kill on contact.
No, if it's a giant spider, you're probably gonna need a big old thing of bug spray.
Anybody got any Raid? A gallon of it at least?
So as we've been having this meeting and chatting, time has passed. So about what time of day is
It's getting on mid-afternoon, probably between 4 and 5. Been talking for about 2.5 hours or so.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but here's my recommendation. We go get something to eat, get a good night's sleep, and get head out there first thing in the morning, because I don't want to be going after anything in the dark.
Yeah. That is a damn good idea.
Words of wisdom.
Got any gear we can acquire to make this easier?
He says that the safe house was stocked, and you should be able to find anything you need there. Some of you are armed. The area seems empty and safe. So once you're there, you should be able to stock up.
Okay. Now, obviously, those two, pointing at Barry and Raven, know you. My
Okay,
boss says I got pulled into a much higher than his pay grade kind of special teams and all that for this.
That is correct.
That is correct. Just who are you?
I'll be your handler for this mission.
Got a
With that,
name?
he hands out two cell phones, and he says, "These are burner phones that have numbers for me in them. If you run into an emergency, you can call me. If you call me, destroy the phone."
Yeah, I get that kind of op mission periodically.
If you absolutely need a name for me, you can use Richard, I guess.
Okay. I guess I'm not going to get more than that, am I?
That and the information that I've given you.
Alright.
If you have any questions that don't involve me, I'll answer what I can.
Not off the top of my head. I mean, you said the safe house is fairly stocked, and hopefully it's got enough gear for us to deal with
Were you able to get
anything
us
that we come with.
a rental car this time? We kind of destroyed the last one when we were here.
There is a SUV out front that looks suspiciously like it's been through some shit and repaired.
Like it might have hit a tree, rolled into a ditch.
Yeah, I mean,
Got some blood from a talking head left over.
The truck you guys used last time was in good running shape at the end. Just a little dinged up from being flipped over.
But it's just bring back memories that I don't need.
Mm. All right, well, let's go get something to eat and get some sleep and meet up in the morning. Raven kind of eyes the two new people and says, make sure you dress for work because it's going to get messy.
Yeah, kind of had an idea for that.
All right. So you exit the meeting. Your handler exits too and drives off. And you guys go to a local diner and grab some food. You do have rooms at a hotel that is right near the diner as well. So do you guys want to role play through this, or you just want to wake up in the morning?
Just wake up in the
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Your dreams are untroubled this night. You actually get a sound sleep. Sorry, is someone trying to say something?
I was trying to say something, but it was just pointed out that was I can't think of the word for it. Convenient
What's that?
that we're not having any those dreams.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
A fairly sound sleep. That was nuts. Like I said, I can't think of words, but yeah, it was strange.
Take what you can get.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to have a dream, you can sleep more and
No,
try.
no.
No, we're good.
It's
We can
okay.
roll for it.
No,
I've got dreams teed
no,
up here.
no.
Okay. All right. Well, you wake up in the morning, and what time do you want to wake up?
Oh, dark 30.
So, way too
5:30 in the
freaking
morning.
early?
3 a.m.
The butt crack of dawn.
You can tell people who know, there are people here that know what time Oh Dark 30 is.
6 a.m. Well, 6 a.m.
I said 30, Shan, so it's 5:30. I didn't say Oh Dark. I said Oh Dark 30.
Well, for Shannon it would be 6 because Shannon's going to get up 30 minutes early because that's the way Shannon is.
You get up at 6, we're going to be sitting in a truck waiting on you, and that's not going to make me
Okay. So you all wake up at 0 dark 30, and you're ready by 0 dark 45, or what is it, quarter of light?
Yeah.
And you're out in the truck. You do have a GPS. Raven and Barry kind of remember the way to the safe house. It's about an hour outside of town. This is a very small town in the middle of the mountains, somewhere in eastern U.S. So one side of the town kind of slopes up into the Appalachian Mountains. The other slopes down into the plains to the west of them. The safe house is nestled between the mountains and the plains. And you pull up in front of it, and it looks a lot like Barry and Raven remember it, except with the addition of police tape and more police tape. Oh, and the cars that were there are gone, as is the for rent sign.
So any pedestrians walking by?
Now we're out in the middle of the boon.
Yeah, the nearest neighbor is about 2.5 miles away.
Okay.
You know, near enough to hear gunfire, but in an area where it's kind of expected.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, not excessive gunfire. So who all is armed? Let me check the...
I think everybody.
I am.
I know I am.
Shannon's a fed.
I believe in concealed carry, so I'll put my jacket on with that, and I'll have my surgical bag.
Because according to my sheet, don't have the baseball bat anymore, but I have a combat dagger, a heavy pistol, and yeah.
Oh yeah, those should be gone now, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to take the baseball bat out, but Raven would have a combat dagger. And let's see, the pistol.
No, I started with that last time.
I
It's
know.
mine.
I was about to explain why you would have it.
Okay.
Yeah, the pistol you would be able to get through security. Shan would be able to get through with his stuff too. Barry, you're a federal agent, so you would be able to get through with your pistol and your vest and stuff. So everything looks good as far as gear is concerned. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pistols. Everyone's got pistols. Yay! Sorry, I just wanted to check that. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I get out and stretch and look around, seeing if anything has changed or if there appears to be anybody or anything lurking around.
Well, Shan's got Kevlar vest on the outside. It's got the FBI thing on the back. Shan attaches clearly their shield onto well, no, Shan would be wearing the shield on a chain around Shan's neck at the moment.
Okay. Do you want to roll your alertness to see if you see anything when you look around?
We got nothing.
Well, Barry sees something. Barry, you see a couple dogs kind of trotting up and down the road. They're not paying too close attention to you, but they're aware of you.
See, there's 2 dogs over there, guys.
Hmm.
I'm suspicious. There's 2 dogs. The only things that are around here, so
Yeah, as you point them out, you notice that it's 3 dogs.
now there are 3 dogs. Okay. What happened to where did the other one come from?
It was there. You just didn't notice it the first time.
Ah.
Probably.
Maybe one was tracking behind the other. It was at the angle I couldn't see behind it.
Yeah. That sounds like a reasonable explanation to me.
Keep an eye on those dogs. I can't trust anything.
Not around here.
All right,
Well, everybody loaded up and ready?
check this place out.
I'm gonna throw on some surgical gloves
You do that.
just so I have them on ready to go.
Okay. All right. Well, you get up to the front door. The door is kind of screwed shut, but it looks like you could easily kind of push it open if you force it. Well, not easily, but you'd have to kind of shoulder it open. Because the last time you were here, the doorknob had been shot through, so the door would not shut on its own.
Raven kind of glances at Barry and nods and takes a little step back and says, Shan, I think let's see you open that door. You know, new guy should have the privilege of going first.
We already know what's awaiting us.
All right. Pulls pistol out. Goes up to the door. Well, up against the wall and all that. On the side where the handle is, so that way
there's no handle.
No. So that way, if there was, it's training and all that.
Yeah, Shan's lining up to kick the door right by where the handle is, because that's the weakest point.
Precisely. And obviously, we kick it open, one for that element of surprise, get that charge going in, start doing all the pie, up, down, left, right, pieing through corners, making sure everything's clear.
Okay. Barry and Raven, you're both familiar with this kind of maneuver. Elizabeth, you're familiar as well, and you usually go in last in this situation as the medic, but you're also armed, so you know how to help clear a room.
Yep.
All right, so Shan, give me a strength roll to kick that door.
Woohoo!
All right. You look at everyone. You make sure that they're all in place and ready. You line up, put your foot again, or you step back and then you step forward and you put your foot into the door and it cracks
Just like you
open.
see in those FBI movies.
Yep. And you charge in.
Gun is drawn, doing all the maneuvers, up, down, left, right, check in.
Okay, everyone else is following like they should.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You see a pretty standard residential house. You've entered into, it's a short hallway that leads to the family room and dining room areas. So you move down. There's stairs that go up on your right, but you move down the hallway, clearing the room as you pass. And the first thing that hits you is the smell. You can see that the house is not in great shape. It is dark. Each of you have a flashlight as well. I'm just gonna give that to you. Um, for use because there's no power here, and you would have had this anyway. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna drag that into your sheet. Flashlight for you. Flashlight for you. You can see it. There's cobwebs everywhere. And in the family room, which is where Raven and Barry, this is where the other team was when you met them. You see
Sorry.
3 kind of cocoon-shaped things wrapped up in spider silk. And you also see the remains of the woman who birthed the spider creature still on the couch, slowly decaying.
Boy, when he said they didn't clean up, they really didn't clean up.
Yeah, they left everything as is.
I think I'm gonna pull out a mask and put the mask on. Don't want to breathe in any of these particles. Just because the rotting bodies could carry, bacteria in them.
Yeah,
And she will offer everyone else a mask too.
this would be from your surgical kit?
Yeah.
Okay, so like little N95s?
Well, just more like Operation Mask. It's not the N95, sadly, but it's still better than nothing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
And also, Doc, you would probably put some, what's that stuff with the menthol smell under your nose?
Vic.
Yeah, the Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, we can put it on the inside of the mask, and that should help them.
Okay.
okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So are we? We're searching a place. They said it's stairwell, correct?
Yeah, there's a stairwell that goes upstairs.
All right. I want to slowly check up there since we got the first floor cleared.
Yeah, you have cleared the first floor.
Shan, if Elizabeth's checking the bodies, you want to stay with her and we'll go check the upstairs?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, Barry and Raven, you make your way upstairs, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. You do see several holes between the first floor and second floor, and also a large hole in the back of the house that leads into the woods behind.
Well, judging by that hole, I think we know where it went.
Right.
Okay.
So
sorry, go ahead.
everything's cleared. Are we just do we see holes and
Yeah, you step through each room, you go through the motions, and you clear the house. So the house is now clear. And you return back downstairs to Doc and Shan and the remains of O-Cell.
that's the name of the team?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were called O-Cell because their code names all began with the letter O.
Oh.
So I want to get the bodies
man.
wrapped up down and start laying them out on the floor. And clearing
I-
some of the cobwebs off them.
I want to search the place.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
gonna go search. I'm gonna search the kitchen.
All right. Well, we'll
If you
take
have
this
any
one at a
good
time.
supply,
Does everyone roll a d10 just to kind of get the order in which we'll take care of things?
Shan's last.
Okay, so Sin first. Um, sorry, Doc. What did
Mhm.
you say you were doing? You were opening up the cocoons and pulling stuff out?
Yeah, taking the bodies out to lay them on the floor,
Okay.
like you would. And that way I can start checking them afterwards.
These cocoons look exactly like from your dream. And you have a moment of not really deja vu, but something similar where you have trouble believing that this is real. Um,
Hmm.
as you cut into them and you see that the body inside is more intact than what was in your dream, but the eyes have been caved in.
I checked the cocoons. Like any of them have any puncturing from the outside,
No.
or is it since likely, I guess by my assessment, they were probably killed then wrapped up, or maybe something else happened. It's strange.
Yeah, but the bodies inside are desiccated. They're still fully clothed.
I'm
So you
gonna lay them
can,
out on the floor still, because when they come through to clean them up, this way people can do what they gotta do. But I also want to check for any other injuries and whatnot, and if they have any equipment on them, take that off, and I'll probably lay it on a table or something.
okay, you find a little bit of equipment, but we're going to come back to that in just a moment.
Mhm.
Raven, you said you wanted to check the kitchen.
Yep.
What are you looking for in the kitchen?
Anything out of place, because maybe the other team stashed something here because they had been here for a little bit of at least a few minutes before we showed up.
Right. You see that the kitchen was ransacked, like they were looking for something, or
Hmm.
something. Someone has gone through the kitchen in a hurry. So all of the stuff from the cabinets is kind of spilled out. You see a half-empty vodka bottle on the counter, with the cap on, but there's no shot glasses around. You see some bloody scissors and stuff like that. And you can assume that they tried to perform an emergency medical operation. Um, but the brunt of what you're looking for like weapons and stuff, right?
Yeah, weapons information that.
Yeah, the information the handler gave you said there should be um a trunk in the sorry word um garage that would have some supplies for you.
Okay. I can head out to the garage.
Okay. And while you do that, we're gonna switch over to Barry. What did you say you wanted to do?
I just want to search the place up and down and make sure, like I said, when Raven checked the kitchen, he's trying to find anything, any information. I'm trying to do the same thing.
Okay. Well, both you and Raven make a search roll, and actually, Doc, you make one as well. Okay, Raven, you find um, you found this in the kitchen. You found more newspaper articles about the women's shelter that was burned down. You also find a set of blueprints for that place. Now, again, this is just a prop that I downloaded, so don't take it um, as exactly what is there. This is just a
A
prop
mock-up.
blueprints, yeah. Because I could not draw blueprints. There we go.
Hey, that's better than what I can do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, I searched blueprints, and that was the best looking thing that came up. Um, but from the blueprints, you can see that it's a four-story building, um, that was sectioned into individual bedrooms throughout the first or the second, third, and fourth floor. And the first floor was kind of a common area. and there was also a basement. That was Raven. Barry, you didn't find anything out of the ordinary. Doc, you didn't find anything that stands out to you, but you've taken all of the kind of stuff from the dead agent's pockets and piled it onto the coffee table to collect it all in one place. And Shan, what would you like to do during this segment?
Shan would have just been calling out to make sure if you find anything useful, like more ammo, more additional weapons, or basically any of the equipment that we were told should be here. Definitely make sure we know where it's at, and then we'll just be keeping an eye in the main area where Doc is. Trying to keep at least 2 members of the team together.
Okay. Well, you also know that there should be that trunk in the garage that has weapons and supplies in it. Did you want to get a close look at what Doc is pulling out of the people's pockets or search anything?
Yeah, Shane would take a look at what Doc's pulling out.
Okay.
See if there's anything useful.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your search as well.
Woohoo!
Okay. In the pile of stuff, there's a key sitting by itself that kind of catches your eye, and you pick it up. Give me a second. There you go. The key doesn't have the same word on it. It's unlabeled, but it's a funky looking key.
Yeah, only you can see it.
Shane will hold on to that.
All right. So we're kind of caught up with everything. You guys can discuss.
I think we should go check out that trunk in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely will feel better with if we're gonna be dealing with a giant spider with maybe a little bit better armor than this, and maybe a rifle or two if they got it. Some heavier weapon or even just pistols.
Okay. Barry and Raven. I wish you to roll something, but I'm not sure what it is. Something to kind of jog your memory. Let's see.
History?
Not history. I think
Will you just have him do like an intelligence roll then?
that's what I'm thinking. I'm just looking through these things to see if there was something that would fit better. But yeah, I think a straight intelligence roll might work.
Where can I find that? There you go. Okay.
Okay. Well, Raven, you remember that Osel was pretty well armed, but you don't see anything laying around.
Is this all you found with the bodies?
So far.
Because when we saw this team last, they were heavily armed. A couple rifles. Everybody had, handguns.
Here's something also interesting. I don't know if it's important or not, but in the dream, remember when I opened up that sack and we found the skull where the eyes had been basically staved in?
Mm-hmm.
These bodies are showing the same signs.
That does not sound
So I
good.
don't know if the dreams are connected to something that's going on or what.
Couldn't be all having the same premonition.
Well, I know
Hey, the
in
body of
kitchen-
the
Go
I'll
ahead.
say Dag, the body of the girl. I did
Mhm.
want to check that, and I wanted to see does it look like something came out of it, or was it looks like it's a skin that's been shedded?
At this point, it's been about a month since it happened. The remains are mostly a pool of dried ichor. There's some bones there, but there's also bones
Organs or not?
missing. You can't get a you can roll your medicine to
All right.
either your medicine or your, I think one of the skills
Biology,
the same.
actually.
Surgery might be more applicable, but either way, you rolled an 85. You can't make heads or tails of what happened to this girl.
Okay.
There's not enough body left to really tell.
I guess, too far decomposed.
Yeah, there's not enough body left to tell, and what's left is too far decomposed to get a good view of. But you can tell that whatever happened was horrible.
Well, forensics pro would have been the thing to use for that, too.
Yeah, what's your forensics?
I think
50.
it's 50. But yeah, either way. Okay. But yeah, that's what's on the table. Is what all I've took. Keys, wallet, anything they had on them, any utility belts. If they were here with a spider, I'd imagine there'd be bullet casings on the floor and
Yeah.
weaponry laying about. So someone must have been, if they had weapon, I assume they did.
Oh, they
Someone must have
definitely
been
did.
here.
If you want to do another search specifically for signs of gunfire or anything, you can do that. Make another search roll.
I'll do that. Yay.
Oh yeah, I mean you definitely see signs that there was a firefight here. You
So we know
find several bullet casings on the floor, and you see bullet holes in the walls and ceiling.
but there's no weaponry anywhere. That's strange.
And in the kitchen, I found blueprints for that woman's shelter.
Wasn't there a trunk? Did you check that yet? Or
No, I
something?
hadn't made my way out there yet. I'm headed there now.
Let's go
See.
check that out then.
Yeah, and I'm going with them.
Follow.
I
Right.
will get a sheet. Is there anything I can get, like a sheet or something to lay over the bodies to cover the bodies up?
If you want to go upstairs, you can probably find some bed sheets.
I'll do that. They don't need me to check that, so I'll let them check, and I'll go upstairs just to get something to cover the bodies with for now.
Okay, going upstairs alone. I like it. All right, so everyone else goes out to the garage, and just as described, there's a bunch of shelves of stuff, and underneath one of the shelves is a large trunk with a combination lock on it. The lock is intact, so you slide the trunk out. You put in the combination that was given to you, and it pops open. And inside is a sawed-off shotgun and 3 shells.
Only 3 shells.
And only a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah,
This
you
is-
guys kind of got fucked on that.
This is his idea of everything we're going to need for this mission.
We're gonna have to have a talk with him.
Good luck with that. It doesn't work.
Yeah, if this is all we're getting, I vote we once we leave from here, we go to the nearest gun shop and stock up on ammo.
And upgrade maybe a weapon or two.
Right.
Yeah, we're definitely need some more ammo.
Sounds like a plan. We weren't given a time limit, so
Yeah, you don't have a time limit on this one.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think we've seen.
Also
what
in the
was-
chest is a note that says, sorry to whoever comes later. We had to grab what we could for a mission. If we didn't bring it back, then sorry.
I'm gonna add on to that note an arrow drawing up dicks.
Yeah.
So, how long have we been here, sir?
Let's see. Y'all woke up and got out of the place at around 6. You drove about an hour or so to get here. Did you stop for breakfast or anything?
Not yet.
I had coffee, hotel coffee, but it works.
Yeah, so
No
you guys
coffee.
can have had a hotel breakfast. So you would have gotten here around 7:30-ish, 7:45 maybe. So it is now edging on to noon.
Well, what do you say? Head back to town, maybe grab a quick lunch and get a quick look at this woman's shelter before it gets too dark.
Definitely think we should get that lunch, then try and grab.
I mean,
See about upgrading some weaponry first.
Yeah.
Did
You
the
know,
doc
the,
ever?
the women's
doc-
shelter is in a different town. It's a neighboring town. It's a bit larger, but it's about 5 hours away.
Yeah. So
Was
did
there
doc
another
ever?
vehicle in the parking lot by chance, Dag?
Sorry, say it again.
I'm just thinking, was there another? The scene was said to be untouched. Does that mean there might be another vehicle there? The ones these people the O team might have used.
The vehicles were cleared away. The house itself was untouched.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, well.
why don't we head to the town where the women's shelter is? It's a little bit bigger. We might have a better chance of finding, a gun shop or something there, and we can grab lunch there. I mean, at least we can scope out what we're getting into for the morning.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, and the Raven does have a point that there's probably a bigger selection in a town like that.
Carefully remove my gloves and mask and put them in a disposal bag. So let's go.
Oh, and before we leave, while Doc was searching the bodies and putting the stuff on the table, don't know if they really paid attention to this, but I pulled out the key and was like, the weird key, and was like, this did seem kind of odd. Have you guys seen anything that it might go to so far?
Multi-lock?
Ignore the word on it.
Oh.
It's
I
just
was
a weird
hoping
looking
to be.
key.
I was hoping to be like a skeleton key that can open every door.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Must
Wait.
go to something. Maybe we'll find answers.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything that it would belong to, but you haven't looked either.
Should we
Yeah.
check? Let's go check around so we find out it goes to.
Yeah,
in
before
the-
we
in the
take
vault.
off. I agree.
Okay.
Why not?
Everyone can make a search roll if you're looking for something this key goes in.
Barry!
Barry, you've had the most success at finding locked things. You found something underneath of the kitchen cabinets that took a key, but it wasn't this key. You found something in the medicine chest of the bathroom upstairs that took a key, but it wasn't this
Ooh.
key. You found a door that was locked that took a key, but it was not this key.
Does the medicine chest have any medicine in it?
We don't know. We can't open. There's no key.
No, the medicine chest you can open, but there's a keyhole in the back.
Oh, the medicine chest?
Yes.
Is there any medicine in the medicine chest?
There
Is
are
there?
pill bottles with names on them and pills inside, but you don't recognize. Well, I mean, you can make a medicine check.
I'll
to
use
see
my
if you-
pharmacy since
Yeah,
that sounds like
pharmacy.
it's pills.
The names of the medicines are made up. These are props.
Oh.
All right. So is the thing with the keyhole in the back of the wall or something, or what?
Yeah, so you open up a medicine chest. There's a few shelves in there. Kind of tucked behind some of the pill bottles is a keyhole. You can see that the whole back of the medicine chest opens up, and there's a Delta Green symbol right next to the keyhole. So you
Just
can.
for the hell of it, I'm gonna try and see if it opens.
It
Or
does
is there no
not.
way to- Okay, so it's
Yeah,
locked.
I searched everything. Everything that I found, the key does not go to.
Does anybody know how to pick locks?
Well, hang on. From what you know, Barry and Raven, what you know of Delta Green, this is likely a green box where something is stored that probably should not be unstored. This could be case files. It could be an artifact of, unknown power. It could be an egg sac that an agent found on a mission that they decided to lock up. You have no idea what's in there or what would happen if you open it, but with that Delta Green logo on it, if it's locked, you think that it should probably stay locked.
Yes, Pandora's box.
Barry, did the other locks have the Delta Green logo too?
The one under the kitchen counters did, but the locked bedroom did not. It's just a regular locked door.
Yeah,
Bedroom?
we haven't been inside it yet.
Do we
Yeah.
want to try and open it?
Yep. And
I
we'll leave
do.
we'll leave the other two intact, and when we contact Richard at the end, we'll let him know that they're still intact, so he can get them cleared out.
All right.
And I
Yeah.
need just a minute.
All right.
Let me clarify that a little bit. The door that you found wasn't to a bedroom because you guys cleared all the rooms. This was one of the walk-in closets in a bedroom was locked, and that room did not get cleared. Sorry, the closet didn't get cleared.
Yeah. When Raven gets back, we'll see about clearing it.
Yeah. But can I make a certain check to see if those dogs are still kind of like meandering about?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of check. Is it alertness or?
Let me see. I think alertness might be it if you like look out the window.
Hey, see something. Let's see.
Yeah, I think alertness is the right thing to roll.
I'm sorry about that. I was teaching my son-in-law how to make peach dump cake.
That's quite all right.
Yeah, you're fine. Right now, if you don't know, see if those dogs are still kind of meandering about. Nope.
Yeah, you look out, but you don't see them.
Okay.
So did we break down the door while I was...
No, we're waiting on you.
Okay, let's break down the door.
Break into that closet.
Okay, you kick open the closet, and you find a closet. You can search through it if you like. If you want to roll a search.
Searching.
Okay, Barry, Doc, and Shan. You find another trunk like the one out in the shed, or it's not shed, garage. It's got a combination lock on it. On a whim, you try the same combination as what the one in the garage had, and it unlocks.
Oh. Well,
Please
it's
fill
fun.
out all things.
Sorry, that was
Open
two people at once. I didn't catch it.
Shannon was saying, just for the love of all things, please let there be something here.
Same.
All right, you open it up, and there's 3 more shotgun shells.
Well, that's 3 more than what we did have.
Oh
I'll
Lord.
take it.
So somebody's got the shotgun and all the shells now?
Who's got the shotgun?
I picked it up.
Who's the weapons person?
Shan's got firearms and heavy weapons, both at 50.
Same.
What about you, Raven?
They're above me.
They're
Yeah,
above
Raven's at 40. Shan has 50 on firearms. Barry's got 50. Doc, you've got 40.
you? Yep. Either one of you two can use it. Whoever can use it. I don't need it.
I'll carry it.
Who's that, Barry?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the bullets.
There you go. There's a
What are they?
shotgun in your inventory.
What are
And
they?
the
12
shells are
gauge?
slugs.
Ooh,
Nice. So we get 3. Okay.
6.
6 slugs. Okay.
All that good and tight against your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So does anybody need anything out of their hotel room? Because if it gets too late, we might just be staying in that other town.
Nah, I got everything in we need.
I think we're ready.
Yeah, I've learned on this job, when I leave for the day, just pack everything and take it with me.
Right.
Same here.
All right, so let's adventure off and get some food.
All right.
I'm gonna grab that half-empty bottle of vodka on the way out.
Well, it's half empty, and the cap has been left off for a month, so there's
Oh, I
not
thought
much
the cap was
alcohol.
on it. I was thinking of
Yeah.
using it in case we need for disinfecting them. Never mind then.
Actually, did I
There
say?
you keep that.
I think I said the cap was on. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's
I
half
thought
empty
you did.
bottle. It's got some blood on it. But yeah, cap
That's
was
fine.
on.
I'll take it and I'll put it in a little plastic baggie and then put it in my medical baggie.
Don't you dare even think about using that for a disinfectant.
Yeah, maybe I want to drink later. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm going
Or
to
we could use
add
it to start a fire, probably.
half empty bottle
Yeah.
of vodka.
Rocket does make good fire.
Just saying, everything else is like it's out of a movie, so I'm willing to try anything at this point.
I mean, I've heard the rumor that you can make a decent Molotov cocktail out of
Part of the plan.
Anything above 60 proof.
All right, so Doc, you've got a half empty bottle of vodka in your inventory.
Actually, let me go get some of the clothes off one of the corpses. Maybe I can take the knife and cut a few straps off, and I could have that made for a Molotov cocktail later if we need it. So if we do run the spark, I could probably throw it at it.
Well,
I could put it together then throw it at it.
as long as
you've also
somebody's
got
got a
like gauze and stuff in
remember
your
they
surgical
said-
kit that you could use.
Yeah, but I'm saving that for medical shit. Keep it sterile. And I'm just thinking what they said about fire, but that was towards the zombie. But still, why not take chances?
I mean, if it comes down to needing a Molotov cocktail, we're either going to use the bandages or you can
Yeah.
have my shirt. If you
All
want to
right.
go root around to dead bodies, go.
I've already been doing that, so I had no problem. I work around bodies all the time. Some of them are still screaming when I go to work on them.
Whoa.
Yeah, some of them
Check
haven't
out that.
realized they're dead yet.
Yep. Especially when they find out that I'm all out of painkillers.
Anesthetics.
All right, so you guys kind of finish up at the house. You can't think of anything else to do here. You make your way back out to the truck. Barry, do you want to make another alertness check?
Sure can. Yay.
Yep. All right.
Nothing.
So you hop in the truck and you head toward the other town. It's
I
about
didn't like that.
You didn't like what?
He just ignored it and just continue on. It's fine.
I mean, it's a
Keep
critical
going.
failure. You didn't notice shit.
Yeah, exactly. Just casual
I
like
mean,
this.
I thought you wanted to check on the dogs, but I mean,
Yeah,
apparently
I
not
did.
that bad.
Actually, I'll take a look at the dogs.
Yeah, all 4 of them are there.
What?
How many dogs you say were earlier?
First there was 2, now there's 3, now there's 4.
There's 4.
Yeah, and they're all there.
They're multiplying.
They're just kind of
Oh,
prancing around the road.
4. Guys. Do they
What's
all
that?
look? Do they all look the same?
No, they're different dogs.
But there were
I look at the
2.
dogs. Do they look all right?
I mean, you can roll alertness.
All right. Boo.
Yeah, they look fine. There's just some dogs playing on the road.
They're probably just a wild pack of strays or something. They're playing in the road. Were they just running back and forth with each other, or
Yeah,
they
I mean,
tossing something
you've seen
around?
dogs on country roads before. They kind of meander around. They leave the road. They come back to the road. Sometimes they travel in a group.
Yeah. Just dogs to me, then. Yeah, I don't know. It's 4 now, but there could be more. It could be a whole pack of them for all we know if they're strays and they're running around.
I don't like that.
Are the dogs paying us any attention at all?
No, they weren't.
You can't tell. I mean, if you want to get close to them and kind of see what they do, you can.
I'm a cat person, not a dog person.
I can go try.
I mean, you
Just to see
could,
if
or
they
you could get in the truck and leave.
I'm voting for getting the truck and leave.
Ignore the dogs.
We've seen too much weird shit around this time.
I'm just letting you know what the options are.
I do want to check out the dogs, but also I'm very hungry. It
Hey,
could be
Dag,
my-
none of the corpses had any body armor on them at all?
No, they were dressed in lightweight gear
Okay.
because they were doing a infiltration, get in, get out, not a. They didn't
Okay.
expect a fight.
I just something I should have asked earlier and didn't cross my mind till now. Didn't expect a fight yet. All the gear is gone.
Yeah, they were armed for a fight, but not fully geared for a fight. You don't know if it was because of they weren't able to supply themselves, or what. But
I mean, my colleagues say they were armed. I'm just saying all the gear and all their gear and then the extra gear seems to be gone. So just interesting to find that, this was supposed to be untouched. Who touched the gear? I'm just wondering about that. Something for the doc to think about as they go where they're gonna go.
Okay, about those dogs. I'm getting ready. We're getting ready to get in the truck, and I just kind of look at them. I want to persuade. I'll whistle to them and see if I can persuade them to come closer.
okay, all 5 of them look up and they start heading toward you.
5 of them?
Well, oh, um, oh shit! They keep multiplying.
Are they running at him, or are
It's a
they
glitch
just
in the Matrix.
trotting over, or
Trotting.
They're trotting.
tails wagging?
Yep.
They all look different.
Yeah. I mean, it's just dogs.
No,
I'm gonna
they're
go in
not
the
just
back.
dogs.
Not just dogs.
Yeah,
Saw-
something's going on here.
Guys, get your asses in the truck and let's get out of here.
Shouldn't we investigate this?
No, we're getting out of here.
Hey, this will be part of our job.
Okay,
No,
bucket. Let's go. Just go.
Okay. As
Well,
the
that's
6
so
dogs
cute.
come trotting up to the truck, everyone piles in, and
Look, there's 6 now.
and you start driving along.
I wave at the 7th dog.
What are you talking about? 7? There's only 6 dogs.
Now.
yeah, there was only 5. We were looking at them coming toward us, and they multiplied.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, you're driving
It was a
along.
glitch in the Matrix.
All right. I'll make sure I'm not the only one who saw that. We all did.
Yeah.
There are
Okay.
clearly 9 dogs, yeah.
No, there's 6 dogs.
I just looked back, there's 3 more running at us.
No, there's only 6 dogs, and they're just kind of watching you pass.
Anybody hearing this voice?
What are you talking about?
Quiet, you.
I'm the GM. I'm not going to be quiet.
Oh, I'll tell you the
He's
voice in my
being
head.
funny because we had the voice in our heads earlier, and now
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing dogs, so I'm like having flashbacks to that again. So there you go. I'm just playing. I'm still suffering a little bit of the sanity. So
Yeah. I think all of you may be suffering a little
Yeah.
bit of sanity loss.
I'm still down 2. So it's like,
I'm
Yeah.
only down 3.
ooh.
Okay. Well, we're driving off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I take a look back. I take a look back one more time at the dogs.
Okay. I mean, you see all 7 of them there. They're just kind of in the road watching you leave.
Okay.
So we're driving down the road, headed to the next town.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring it for now. Ignoring it for now.
I look over and say, Shan, I know you're kind of new to the team, but when we get to this next town, you might want to ditch the shield in the vest that says FBI on the back of it.
But you never know. Those open a lot of doors.
They
Yeah.
close in small towns. They close more doors than they open.
I'll just stand back, let you guys do the talking. But I'll keep them out because you never know.
All right. So it's about a 5-hour trip to the next town.
Are we there yet?
You're not there
Are we
yet.
there yet?
Are we there yet?
We're almost there.
What about now? Are we there now?
Are we there, meow?
We're not there yet.
Multiplying dogs.
We're not there yet.
Gear missing from the safe house. Bodies having the same injuries as the corpse in the dream. And we found some. What was it? 3 Delta Green safe boxes we found.
It's
The
2.
doc says asking the
2.
rest. 2. So she'll change her notes to put 2.
All right. Now you're there. You pull up outside of a little hotel. The sun is well on its way to setting, so there's a nice red glow to the horizon. There's a little eatery next to the hotel. You guys can get dinner and get yourselves rooms for the night, or you can do something else if that suits you.
I like rooms for the night and food because I don't like poking around in damaged places after dark.
Food. Get the rooms. Definitely get food. Get a room. But if it's still light enough or shops are open, maybe stop at a gun store or something.
Ammunition shop.
Hopefully a couple of rifles. A couple AR-15s.
All right, let's grab some food. We can get a bucket of chicken or something. We can check and see if there's any ammo shops anywhere.
Yeah. You have time before things close down. This is, it's a larger town than what you were in, but it is still a small town. It just has, several dozen 5 to 6 story buildings instead of one. So you easily find a gun and ammo store. You easily find some food. Let's see. The gun store has a selection of, hunting rifles and shotguns. Nothing super heavy, but enough to round out your arsenal if you pay cash.
Shit, how much money we got?
Good question.
I don't carry cash on me.
Don't we have like a Delta Green card? We can just charge everything to it.
You can call your operator and request funds.
Are we allowed to submit receipts for reimbursement?
It's
a legitimate question.
Yeah,
it is. Very much so.
Yes, you are.
All right. Well, I'm single. I've been making some decent money and wisely. Go see what they got. I'll hit up the ATM and grab us some cash and do what we need to do.
Okay, so
is there an ATM?
Yeah, you're able to find an ATM.
We are in the magic town where the ATM has no limit, by the way.
But
I
has
don't know about that.
one hell of a charge fee, though.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that charges like $3 just to check your balance.
I hate those.
Oh, Lord. Remember those? I hated those too.
Like, if Dick Move was a machine, that would be it.
Oh, in my town, real life, we have a bank that if you use an ATM that's not theirs, they charge you $2.50. And if you hit the wrong ATM, they tack on another $3 fee on top of that one.
That's
Yep.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I think
right there.
my safety's worth that surcharge. So I go get a bunch of cash and make my way back to the store.
Okay. You're
Do you
able
have
to. Sorry, go ahead, Sin.
I'm gonna say, Raven, do you have your concealed weapons permit on you?
It's a need to know basis. Stop looking at my pants.
Okay. The saying is, if you do it, you ain't got to worry about the daily waiting period. You can get if you make your purchase, you can get within the hour.
Why do you think we're paying in cash so we don't have to answer questions?
This is a southern state.
Of course.
That's what I'm talking about.
You can buy
And
most
you've got an
things within an
FBI
hour.
agent. And
If
you've got
you
an
have
FBI agent with a badge and the vest on, clear as day. Like, we need these now.
Oh,
They
you
also sell FBI jackets and
yeah.
stuff like that.
See,
But in
what you both
the
missed
South
is they
down
don't.
here,
We're not buying handguns. We're going for rifles and shotguns. That's what the store has.
I guess
Yeah.
it's down at least down
There
here
is
in
no
Florida,
waiting period.
if you get usually it's like a day or two waiting period, but if you have your concealed weapons, they skip all that shit. It's just an hour to do a quick little check, and then you get your stuff and go.
Yeah, in Georgia, I went to buy a handgun. I went in the store, I picked out my handgun, I went to the register. They did a background check that took 5 minutes, and I was out the door.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
Y'all
down
it
here they
was
do it
Out.
similar, but
super,
Y'all are
super,
bringing
super
reality
easy.
into my game.
Well, I'm just letting you know, I was going to limit you guys to rifles and shotguns because those are things you can buy without any sort of waiting period. So that's usually regardless of state. You can buy a rifle or shotgun and leave.
That's accurate.
And
It's
that's
handguns out of the question.
yeah. And I figured since all of you have handguns, except Barry also has a shotgun, that the rest of you would want either rifles or shotguns.
Shad's also going to see about upgrading Kevlar vest to tactical body armor.
You're paying for that by yourself.
Shad's going to call a freaking handler.
No, you're not, because that wastes one of our cell phones. We only have 2.
Well, they have in the clothing section, they have something that they call tactical body armor. That is, to you, obviously not tactical body armor.
It's not tactical.
It is not body armor. It looks tactical.
Do they have a riot shield by chance?
They have one on display, but it's not for sale.
They have flamethrowers. I want a flamethrower.
oh Lord.
Barry understands why I want a flamethrower.
Yeah.
And actually, you would not
Completely.
find a flamethrower at a gun store. You would find a flamethrower at a hardware or lawn and garden store because they're legal if you're removing bees.
Wow.
Is there one of those
I've
in
never
town?
seen that.
We have a bee problem.
Yeah. Is there a hardware store in town?
There might be.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
let's get
buying.
to the gun shop first. Who wants what?
I'm just buying extra ammo for my shotgun and my firearm.
Okay. So you've got 6 rounds. You'll be able to
Shotgun.
buy 6 slugs for your shotgun. You'll be able to buy a box of 24 and a box of 50 rounds for your pistol.
I'll take it.
Okay. You'll want to put that into your inventory just so that you have it listed somewhere.
Next.
Okay. Who's next? We'll do Shan next. Shan was saying next. So, what are you trying to get, Shan?
Shan's hoping they maybe upgrade from Kevlar vest to something nicer, and barring that, definitely going to get more ammo for the pistol and try and get a rifle and some ammo.
Okay. You can get 50 rounds for your pistol, and we'll give you. Let me take a look here. Is there any specific kind of rifle you're looking for?
Hoping for an AR.
Okay. So you will get a light rifle, which you can rename that to like AR, whatever number you want, and you can get a box of 50 rounds for that. It is not fully auto because that's not a thing that people can sell you.
Of course.
All right, let's do Raven. You're next up.
Same as Shan.
Okay. Now you are buying toward the cheaper end of these things because you weren't able to withdraw a ton of money from the bank. So you're trying to budget to make sure everyone gets what they need. How about you, Doc? What you need?
I just want to get a box of ammo for my pistol and see if they have any attachable flashlights I can attach to the undercarry of it.
Okay. You are able to get both of those. So every weapon that you guys have will have 50 rounds, except for the shotgun, which will have 24 shells plus 6. So change that to 30, Barry.
All right.
And yeah, your handgun has a, flashlight attached to it now.
Okay.
Slides onto the little rail right under the barrel.
How do I
Nice.
add that to the list here? Do I just edit it?
You can either add an item or just put it in the description of your gun.
Oh, I see. What about ammo? Where does that go?
Just create a new item.
Okay.
So did my pistol already was full of ammo before I bought the 50 rounds, correct?
Yeah. So you'll
Okay.
have whatever was in it.
I have to look at it.
Whoops.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, the same thing I did. Oh, there's an ammo amount type in there. So it looks like you had 20 rounds for it, so you got 50. So,
Okay.
so yeah, we don't need to add those into the inventory. We can edit the weapon itself and add the ammo into there.
Oh, so the pistol Shan had already had 20, so now it's 70.
Yep.
So that kind of works out.
Shan's got half hour or so left to be able to keep going.
Yeah,
Alright, well,
oh, it is 10
let's go get
o'clock.
something to eat.
I was kind of ramping down for the night.
Yeah,
So
it's a good time. We can go get something to eat and get our room, and the next time we can pick up and it can be morning.
Yep.
Okay.
Works for Shan.
Works
All
for
right,
me.
so we got shopping out of the way. You guys go and get yourselves dinner, and you go to the hotel and settle yourselves in for the night. And as you drift off to sleep,
It's fucking dogs.
you hear
Anomalies detected in memory files. Adjusting.
God.
God damn it, we're still in that damn thing, are we?
Yeah, this sounds like.
What are you talking about?
I'm just talking to
Clearly, we're
myself.
still in the simulation.
No, this is all real.
It means a dream starting again
Now, we'll
Yep.
find out in a
the
month
next time.
when we return.
Next month?
Yep. I'm going to schedule it for the middle of the month. So let me check the calendar really
18th.
quick. The 18th again.
Yep. March always follows February in the dates, except for the last 3.
Well, that's too
Unless
complicated to remember.
Unless it's a leap year.
Yeah. Now you're adding more variables.
I easily remember. I don't know about y'all.
All right, let me kill the stream. Bear with me a second. Thank you to anyone who watched.